First of all, I thought Notre Dame did a good job of being what they are, a good offensive team. Um, they put us on our heels. They moved the ball. All the things that I tried to explain and the staff tried to explain that would happen if you wasn't disruptive defensively. We played on with a little bit of a lot of lack of energy, which is disappointing. We played with a lack of pride for what Louisville is. Very upset about that. I want more. I want guys to not feel like it's okay to let guys just constantly beat you one-on-one, constantly drive you to spots, constantly move the ball and have no respect for you. When you step on the court, it's bigger than basketball. It's not the YMCA league or a summer league or something like this. You're playing and people are watching you. What is the evaluation of what you're giving them, what they're seeing from you? So, nothing against Notre Dame. They're a really good team, really good offensively, solid defensively. When you look at them play and you look at the games that they played, they've been in most of the games. So we knew we had to respect them, but we have to earn that respect from them.
Brett Dawson, go ahead.
Hey, Kenny, firstly, could you just kind of walk through the decision to go ahead and play Emmanuel today, how you guys got to that decision and what you thought about what he gave you?
Love what he gave us. Could care less about the moving screens or the illegal screens. I love that. We hadn't been able to really get that from any other big to this point. Love how he sets the screens and runs to the rim. Love the fact that he caught some passes that weren't great passes and finished. Love the fact that he's vocal. I thought he was, for a first game and a kid that a week ago had no idea what plays we were running, for him to come in and help us and play with the energy and be a positive out there on the court meant a lot. You could feel his presence right away. You could feel his energy right away. He stands out because he brings a certain kind of physicality and a certain kind of energy that we lack, and he brings, and we really need it.
Tyler Griever, go ahead.
Yeah, Kenny, along with Emmanuel, you also played Fabio a good bit today, Devin in the second half. Did they show you enough to really turn to some of the younger guys more down the stretch?
I thought they were solid. I thought they were good. It's not about showing me in a game. It's about showing me in practice that you know the plays, that you can go out there and fight. I think one thing that helped them understand better was sitting there watching it and realizing that, yeah, we practice hard every day, and this is what coach has been talking about, and I don't see, and they didn't see the energy that it took to be disruptive defensively. But to win the second half by 8, I thought they did a good job. If they continue, I'm not obligated to any player. I need to play the players that bring energy, that bring fight, that know what we're doing. And if they consistently do that, I'll play them.
Brett, go ahead.
Kenny, how close are you getting to seeing that stuff in practice from some of those younger guys who maybe don't know exactly what you want, but how close are you to seeing the energy you want from those guys?
Well, it's energy along with knowing exactly the focus that I need you to have to know exactly, for example, Fabio. He has to know the plays. He has to know exactly what we're running, when we're running, where each player on the court is. It can't just be you just out there playing. That's not going to work. It's just not. He's confident. He works hard, but he has to have a certain knowledge of what we're doing with concepts and structure of what's going on the court. And today was a step for him.
Tyler, go ahead.
Yeah, Kenny, getting down by 30 in this one, the result of the Carolina game, do you get concerned at all about a lack of commitment at this point, or maybe even a sense of quit at all in some of the older guys?
I'm not the guy to keep elephants in the room. For me, if I smell it, if I think it, if I hear about it, I'm bringing it up. And, after the game, I ask them, is this too much? Do you feel like you've let go? To a man, they all say no. But I said, then you're misinformed on what your body's saying versus what your words are saying. There are times when we have players that you look at them with the eye and you see they look like they've given up. But in their mind, they don't believe they look like that. Well, that's a problem. And we address that problem. So am I saying that they've given up? No, I don't believe they've given up. I just think this is hard. I think that for some of these guys, this is new. Instead of just playing basketball, we're trying to get you to play winning basketball. And if you don't have the capacity to fight through and mentally focus and anticipate what's going on and understand game plans and understand the plays and know the plays and know where the discipline just to set a simple ball screen and what you do after you set the screen. Do you pop? Do you roll? And when you roll, are you defensive slide rolling or are you sprinting to the rim? And what that means when you do that. There's a lot to this. And we have guys that are still struggling to grasp it. I love them though. I love them and I want them to get it. And I'm not letting go. If, they have a tendency or if there's a thought of giving up, then this will become torture because we're going to practice a certain way and I'm going to demand that you play a certain way.
Go Eric Crawford next.
Yeah, Kenny, is that kind of a little bit behind, there's the lineups out there that we haven't seen, of course, for we hadn't seen it all, but, there toward the end, is it just trying to find somebody with some energy at some point, even if they make mistakes? Do you get to that point as a coach where you just want to see somebody guard and maybe try and put some ball pressure on, things like that?
Yes, that's exactly what we did. I needed guys on the floor to bring energy. I can't just leave you out there and you don't have the energy, you don't have the pop, you're not talking. A guy's driving at you and they're laughing and meaning the opponent is laughing or smiling and playing. There was a stretch in the second half. I turn over early in the second half and I look at their team. They're not sweating. They're not sweating. How is that possible? It looks easy to them. That's a problem for me. I need them to know that they're in a battle. I need them to know that nothing is going to be easy. We talked about it for 3 days, 2 days, whenever we played our last game to now, whatever that is. We talked about what it means to play a team like this, a team that's really good offensively, and how you have your energy and your desperateness on defense has to carry you. And then you just have to take care of the ball. We lost by 14? And they got 16 points off our turnovers. And they had how many turnovers for the game? 3?
Yes.
And a lot of those were at the very end when we were just scrambling.
Brett, go ahead.
Kenny, when you talk about the struggles, you had a stretch there in the season where Sid looked like he was kind of starting to figure some stuff out. And lately that seems to have gotten away from him today, struggling around the rim, struggling defensively. What are you seeing from him lately that you need to get changed?
One, me and Sydney have a contract, and that contract is if you get your mind and your body right, you're able to have success on the floor. We put Sid on a diet. I needed him in the 260s. Haven't quite got near that yet, which would allow him to play freer, allow him to move better, allow him to be up on ball screens, allow him to be able to sprint the floor and get in a post. You know, good post players on teams, sometimes all the team is doing is just running down and throwing it ahead and waiting until he gets there and then throwing him the ball for round one. Well, we can't do that if he's not running. We can't do that if he's not getting up the court. We can't play our defensive schemes if he's in the lane and the 5-man is out. I need him in better shape. I need him to play with more energy. I love the kid. I want him to get it. Not accepting less. And I'm hoping that Emmanuel sends a message to him and Rose. I'll play him and give him minutes just by doing the things I'm asking him to do.
Anything else for Coach?
I got one more thing, Kenny, if you can, and there's no easy answer to this question, but everybody responds to this kind of adversity a different way among players. You know, you come out in a game and the energy's not there that you would think would be. You know, these guys are tired of losing. How tough is it to kind of figure that out as a coach and figure out what button? There's probably no buttons left for you to push, but just to kind of assess where these guys are as players, how they're handling all this. Everybody's disappointed. How tough is this?
It's very hard. You know, you have to have faith. You have to know that you can get through anything that's put in front of you. To be honest with you, as a coach, there are days that I feel like I'm dragging, more days than not. You know, I would say 75% of this is me pushing, fighting, scratching, clawing to get them to be competitive, to get them to play and work hard in practice and play a certain way and play with energy and fight with energy. And you know, that can wear you out at times. But I'm not giving up, and I let them know I'm really honest, that I could care less about anything else other than, you know, you doing this the right way. And every day that you're in this program, I'm going to coach you a certain way. It's non-negotiable. It's not going to be a choice about what I need from you. The energy in the fight I got to have, and you got to be man enough to give it to me, or you sit.
Anything else? All right, thank you.